Hello everybody and welcome to the second episode of my Pokemon Go in-depth series. This episode we're going to be covering Charizard, and I'm going to be covering its in-game stats, its optimal movesets, the ideal usage, its top counters, the Pokemon countered by it, as well as compare Charizard to the main series games. Charizard is a fire and flying type Pokemon. In Pokemon Go it has a catch rate of 5% and a flee rate of 5%. Its attack stat base is 223, its defense is 176, and its stamina is 156. A 67% Charizard, which means the minimum obtainable IVs from a hatched Charmander that you evolve into a Charizard, would have 233 in attack, 186 in defense, and 166 in stamina. Whereas if you have a 100% Charizard, it would have 238 attack stat, 191 in defense, and 171 in stamina. Now, if you manage to catch a 0% Charizard, which means it would have 223 attack, 176 defense, and 156 stamina, the CP at level 20 would be 1318, at level 30 it would be 1978, and at level 39 it would be 2274. Whereas if you manage to catch a 100% Charizard, at level 20 it'll be 1535 CP, at level 30 it'll be 2302, and at level 39 it'll be 2648. Charizard has 16 possible movesets because when Gen 2 rolled around, Charizard lost the ability to learn Ember and Wing Attack as its quick moves, as well as Flamethrower for a charge move. So if you use charged or fast TMs right now on an old Charizard you got prior to Generation 2, you can have a combination of any of 16 different movesets. So the best moveset offensively is Fire Spin and Overheat, followed by Air Slash and Overheat, followed by Wing Attack and Overheat, followed by Ember and Overheat. The next is Fire Spin Fire Blast, then Fire Spin Flamethrower, then Air Slash Fire Blast, Wing Attack Fire Blast, Ember Fire Blast, Wing Attack Flamethrower, Air Slash Flamethrower, Ember Flamethrower, and then finally Fire Spin Dragon Claw, Air Slash Dragon Claw, Wing Attack Dragon Claw, and Ember Dragon Claw. The difference between Fire Spin Overheat and Ember Dragon Claw is 28% damage, while the difference between Fire Spin Overheat and Ember Overheat is only 5%. Now on defense, your best defensive moveset is Fire Spin and Overheat, followed by Fire Spin Flamethrower, followed by Air Slash Overheat, Air Slash Flamethrower, Fire Spin Fire Blast, Air Slash Fire Blast, Fire Spin Dragon Claw, Air Slash Dragon Claw, Ember Flamethrower, Ember Overheat, Wing Attack Flamethrower, Ember Fire Blast, Wing Attack Overheat, Ember Dragon Claw, Wing Attack Fire Blast, and finally Wing Attack Dragon Claw. The difference on defense between Fire Spin Overheat and Wing Attack Dragon Claw is 30%, while the difference between Fire Spin Overheat and Fire Spin Dragon Claw is only 12%. And overall, Charizard is the second best obtainable fire type in the game behind Flareon. The best moveset for Flareon also is Fire Spin and Overheat. And comparing the overall best attackers in the game that are currently obtainable, Flareon with Fire Spin and Overheat is the 6th best attacker, while Charizard is the 11th. And on defense, Flareon with Fire Spin and Overheat is the 32nd best defender, while Charizard is the 40th. Because of Charizard's fire and flying typing, it has a couple of strengths. It is super effective against Bug, Grass, Fighting, and Steel. Super effective in Steel if it has fire types, and Fighting if it has flying types, but Bug and Grass it's super effective with either moveset it has. It's weak to Water and Electric normally, and Rock it gets dealt dual super effective damage, so it takes 1.74% of the damage that it would normally take. It also resists Fire, Fighting, Steel, Fairy, and it resists Ground in Pokemon Go, but in the main series games it is immune to Ground because flying types are immune to Ground type attacks. It is also dually resistant to Grass and dually resistant to Bug. Because of Charizard's fire and flying typing, any rock type Pokemon will do super effective damage to Charizard, as well as resist its fire type attacks, and it'll kill Charizard much faster than any other counter. So the top 6 counters against the Charizard, in first place is a Golem with Rock Throw, or Mud Slap, or Mud Shot as the quick moves, and either Stone Edge or Rock Blast as its charge moves. Although the optimal set for Golem would be Rock Throw Stone Edge. The second place counter for Charizard is an Omastar with Rock Throw or Water Gun as the quick move, and either Rock Slide, Rock Blast, or Hydro Pump as the charge move. Again, Rock Throw and Rock Slide would probably be the best counter. Third place would be a Rhydon with Mud Slap and Stone Edge. Fourth is a Tyranitar with Bite and Stone Edge. Fifth is a Vaporeon with Water Gun and either Hydro Pump or Aqua Tail. And sixth place is a Sudowoodo with Rock Throw and either Stone Edge or Rock Slide. Whereas Charizard, actually, aside from Vaporeon, is the number one counter for Executor, followed, and then it also really counters Jinx, Steelix, Poliwrath if it has flying type moveset. It counters Heracross if it has flying dual times, counters Machamp if it has a flying moveset, Venusaur with either, Scizor with fire, Meganium with either, or Pinsir with either. Charizard is one of the 3 starter Pokemon you get in the Kanto region, aside from Venusaur or Blastoise. In the main series Pokemon games, it has a base HP stat of 78, a base attack of 84, a base defense of 78, a base special attack of 109, base special defense of 85, and a base speed of 100. This brings its base stat total up to 534, which just barely edges out Venusaur at 525. In competitive, you can actually run 3 different sets, which are all common. Your first set is a Dragon Dance holding a Mega Charizard X item. It would have the Blaze ability prior to Mega Evolution, and you would have either an Adamant or a Jolly Nature, depending on if you'd prefer more raw attack or more raw speed. Its moves would be Dragon Dance, Flare Blitz, Dragon Claw, and Roost. Your second set would be a Wall Breaker type set holding the Charizardite Y. It would also have the Blaze ability prior to evolution, and it would either be a timid or a modest nature Charizard, depending on what you'd prefer. The moves would be Solar Beam, Focus Blast, Roost, and then your choice of either Fire Blast for more damage and less accuracy, or Flamethrower with less damage and more accuracy. And your third set would be a bulky Will-O-Wisp Charizard, again holding the Charizardite X with a Blaze ability prior to Mega Evolution. You would give it the Impish Nature, invest EVs into HP, Defense, and Speed, and the 4 moves you would give it would be Will-O-Wisp, Flare Blitz, Roost, and then your choice of either Earthquake or Dragon Claw depending on what your team needs. Comparing Pokemon Go Charizard to the main series Charizard games, Charizard in Pokemon Go is not as usable because it's outshined in almost every single case by Flareon, as well as Flareon's only takes 2 times super effective damage from rock type attacks, whereas Charizard takes 4 times the effective damage of rock type attacks, meaning Charizard is much harder countered by rock type Pokemon than Flareon is. Flareon also has better overall HP and defense than Charizard, while Charizard has slightly better attack. But overall, Flareon has much better survivability, and Flareon is the best fire-type Pokemon in the game, barring Ho-Oh, which is currently unavailable. In Pokemon Go, Charizard, Venusaur, and Blastoise are all found at level 4 raids. Level 4 raids mean they cannot be done solo and require a minimum of 3 to 4 people depending on the Pokemon. Charizard, when you encounter it at a raid, has a CP of 28,485, and if you manage to defeat it, the minimum cap CP from a capture would be 1461, which means it has 67% IVs, which is 10 in each stat, or it can get up to 1535, which is 100% IVs and 15 in each stat. Again, to defeat Charizard, you need to make sure that everybody in your raid party has the proper counters, and that is Golem with Rock Throw and Stone Edge, or any other Golem set that I previously mentioned. They need Golem primarily, and then either Amistar, Rhydon, Tyranitar, or Vaporeon, or even a Sudowoodo, but they should all have at least 2 to 3 strong Charizard counters, relatively powered up, and the less people you have, the higher CP counters, and the more counters each person should have going into the battle. Charizard is one of the easier level 4s to take out because of its quad weakness to rock, which means any rock type attack will do so much more damage to it compared to Flareon, which is a level 3 raid. Thanks for watching my video on Charizard in depth. My next episode of Pokemon in depth, I'll be covering Blastoise. Following the Blastoise video, I'm open to suggestions down in the comments section or to my inbox as to which Pokemon I should be covering for a following in-depth episode. Also in the future, I plan on doing a Best Defender series, a Best Attacker series, as well as some general tips and tricks to play the game late game and how to do some raids. If you like the videos and you want to see more videos, then hit the subscribe button, and if you subscribe and want to get instant notifications, click the little bell right next to the subscribe button. You'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Peace.